Hey everybody, Leo season is here, and as a Leo moon and rising, I feel it every year. I'm Melissa from Postcards to the Universe. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about Leo season because although I'm a Gemini sun, I also have a Leo moon and a Leo rising or ascendant. And every single year when the sun moves into Leo, I notice the energy shift. I'm learning more about astrology. In fact, I just signed up for an astrology class that's going to be starting during Leo season, which is pretty cool. And, of course, Leo color, had to have the color. So I did red, I did the little scarf, and Leo rules gold. So, had to add that. So if you've been following me for a while, I love talking about the oracle cards and astrology and intuition and all the little ways the universe seems to communicate with us. Astrology is one of those beautiful tools that helps us understand why certain times of the year just feel different. And for me, Leo season feels like, in a weird way, feels like coming home. Even though I'm not a big fan of the weather right now because of the heat, there's something about the energy of Leo that I resonate with really so much. And I didn't realize this because this astrology journey for me is a newer journey in my learning and as I've been growing. I've always resonated with my Gemini sun, but now, with knowing how much Leo energy I have, it really, really resonates with me. So now when people hear Leo, they often think of someone who wants to be the center of attention and loves being on stage or has a larger than life personality. A lot of famous people are Leos. And yes, Leo absolutely can express itself that way. But I've never related to that stereotype. My Leo energy isn't about attention. It's about wanting to create something that inspires me and inspires others. And it's about expressing myself authentically and encouraging other people to shine also. As a Leo rising, this is the energy that I naturally project onto the world, and it's the first impression people get when they meet me. There's a warmth there and hopefully a welcoming energy. And my Leo moon is in the first house, and that is where my heart lives. It's where my creativity comes from. It's why I love making oracle decks. It's why I love photographing magical moments. It's why I love doing the interviews. Of course, that's partly Gemini too. But I love talking with incredible spiritual teachers and creating videos and writing books and sharing messages and hopefully leaving people feeling just a little bit more hopeful than they did before. Leo is ruled by the sun, and the sun does not apologize for shining. It doesn't dim itself because someone else forgot to wear sunglasses, and I think it's one of Leo's greatest lessons. So ask yourself, how often do you shrink yourself? Because you're afraid of being judged, right? How often do we hold back our gifts because we worry somebody won't appreciate or like them? Sorry about the glare. There's nothing I can do about that because I can't see if I don't have my glasses. Like I said, we hold our gifts back because we're afraid of being judged. And I understand that feeling. I really, really do. If you've ever created something from your heart, whether it's art, music, writing, starting a business, launching a YouTube channel, or simply speaking your truth, you know how vulnerable it can feel, especially online. And there are days when I pour my heart into a video and an oracle reading or a tarot reading and only a handful of people see it. And of course, I wish more people would find my work, but Leo season reminds me why I started in the first place. It's not for the numbers, not for the algorithm, but because creating is part of who I am. Because sharing my message of hope, intuition, healing, and a little bit of magic feels like my purpose. That is my purpose. And maybe that's why Leo's season is inviting us all to do this year, to reconnect with the part of ourselves that creates simply because the soul wants to create. Doesn't matter what it is, whether it's painting, cooking, writing, gardening, starting a podcast, learning astrology, writing a book, going on stage. It doesn't matter. Or finally doing that thing that you've been talking yourself out of for years. Leo asks, what would you do if you weren't afraid of being seen? I love that question, because it isn't really asking about fame, it's asking about authenticity. What part of yourself has been waiting for permission, right? We're always waiting for permission. What dream have you kept away because it feels too big? Maybe this is the season to dust it off. One of the things I always encourage through Postcards to the Universe is paying attention to signs, because signs are really important. I get signs all the time. So pay attention to the signs, synchronicities, and those nudges from spirit. And Leo season can amplify that creative spark. Pull an oracle card, write an affirmation, spend 5 minutes quietly asking yourself what wants to be expressed through me. You might be surprised by the answer. And if you're someone with strong Leo placements, your sun, moon, rising, Venus, or even Mars, you may notice this season feels especially energizing. But honestly, every one of us has Leo somewhere in our birth chart. So there is an area of life that's ready to shine a little brighter. And for me, I'll be learning this season by creating more, continuing my astrology studies, filming more videos, working with my oracle deck, trusting that every piece of the content that I put out finds exactly the people who need it, because that's really all that any of us can do. Create from the heart, share authentically, and let the universe handle the rest. So I appreciate you spending a few minutes with me today, and enjoy Leo season. Jupiter is in Leo, and it's going to be for a while, so things are going to be expanding in those areas. And if you've enjoyed this video, I'd love to know how Leo season feels for you. Tell me your sun, your moon, your rising or ascendant in the comments. And I love seeing everyone's placements. And don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy the conversations about oracle cards, about astrology, intuition, manifestation, or finding a little more magic in everyday life. Until next time, remember, the universe is always speaking. Sometimes all we have to do is listen. See you guys next time.